দুইটা করে এভরিডে রেস্টুরেন্ট বন্ধ হয় 16,000 plus licensed venues has been lost. McDonald takes 2.1 billion. Why we can't admit that we are not very good?
But the fact that the business model itself is very complicated. Italian food, because Italian food encompasses pizza, encompasses pasta, lots of different things. So Italian food, according to them, is the most popular. But then if you ask YouGov did a poll recently. YouGov found that Chinese food is the most popular. But that's based on them asking which is the one you had the most recently.
দুইটা করে এভরিডে রেস্টুরেন্ট বন্ধ হয় 16,000 plus licensed venues has been lost. 4,078 licensed outlet has been closed. That is all since COVID.
Yes. So it's definitely...
And our by is saying, or your Sasa is saying, we're still doing better. I can't see it. You tell me.
So there's definitely been an acceleration of closures post-pandemic. But the thing that a lot of people don't take into account when you're looking at the data is, say this year, the number of establishments that closed, you had a one-to-one replacement of establishments opening in their place. So yes, there are a lot of closures, but there are openings happening in their place. So this is just this year, but in the past, obviously, we've seen about a 15% decrease in the number of establishments since the pandemic. So if you look at that by itself, you could attribute that to lots of different things. And you can say that maybe one area of hospitality has been affected more than some other areas. So if we look at our industry, so the South Asian food venues, so this isn't just licensed restaurants, these are takeaways, these are smaller mobile food operators. We were once at around 12,000 venues in, I would say, the late 2000s.
Can I just put slightly input? Many years ago, when we used to go to a service station, Little Chef, do you remember?
Yes, I remember. Yeah, I think there was a program, Hessen Blumenthal,
so we used to go to Little Chef.
Yeah.
And now today's Little Chef is Starbucks. All the Little Chef has gone. And they even bought 42 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So Bengali is still in the time of a Little Chef, a majority of them. We say 4.4 billion pound industry, 4.5 billion. Name me one Bengali franchisee you have. McDonald takes 2.1 billion. Why we can't admit that we are not very good? Amra ঠিক আছি এগিয়ারেগুলোকে ইংসা করার লাগি next door থেকে to be let next door করতাম, but we don't understand the bigger scale business. Why don't we understand these? McDonald takes 2.1 billion pound worth of money in England. Show me one Bengali has got 20 franchisee, 10 franchisee. তারা কি তা হলো তোমার আব্বাই বালা করা ব্যবসা, হ্যাঁ next door গিয়া ঠুলে টুলে হলো গিয়া কিলা করতে হও চিন্তা তাকে তার. Okay, this is the mental, and that's why we have destroyed ourselves. This is where we are, Sasa.
I agree with you.
Okay, thank you.
I agree with you, but there is, that's not just the only key.
Okay, let's move on then.
I'd say that a lot of the restaurants in our industry, that we are comprised of owner-operated restaurants, right? So there's a difference between an owner-operator and someone who owns a business. So I'm fortunate to have
Sasa,
my family business.
Costa.
Yeah.
1.4 billion sell milk to you. Milk powder.
Yeah.
If we Bengalis now, youngsters should work together.
Yeah. There's no unity among us for sure. But the fact that the business model itself is very complicated. So you can
we don't need to go far, Sasa. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Chawala, Sasa.
Yeah. Look at how many outlets they have.
No. Somebody bought, not here, for millions of pounds, whole Australia. Somebody bought whole Dubai. Aage aniya 5 million, 3 million, 4 million dilar. And amra ono boya khali koiram je amra industry is doing great. I don't agree, Sasa.
I'm not in the category to say that we're doing great. I think we're stagnating. But as what we've built in terms of the love affair for the cuisine or the brand of curry, if you take, for example, right now, Dishoom is a very big key player in our industry right now. Dishoom sells Indian food. Obviously, it's like Parsi cafe based in like India, not really Bangladeshi cuisine. Okay, we can agree to that. But LVMH invested in Dishoom. So LVMH, you know them, Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy. They are investing in the best, most prestigious brands in the entire world. They have a massive portfolio. Why have they invested in Dishoom? Because it's not what Dishoom has built, it's what our community members, our forefathers have built. The British Asian cuisine or British Bangladeshi food that maybe some people have adapted, some people are doing it in the 1980s, 1970s style, some people are doing it in a more modern style. But at the end of the day, they are benefiting off of something that was built by British Bangladeshis or Bangladeshi people. So I agree to everything that you're saying in terms of, okay, we don't have any operators who have established big franchises. We don't have market share like we used to, because, you know, there were people who would say that.
Next questions, you're young. Taste bud.
Yeah.
Human, every 12 years, scientifically has been discovered that 12 বছরে মানুষের taste bud change হয়ে যায়।
Yeah.
আমার আর তার মুখো যে গোয়াল মাছের টেস্ট আছে, তোমার মুখো নাই গো।
আছে কিছু।
Very little, right?
Yes.
But তোমার sweet and sour যে টেস্ট আছে আমার কাছে এগু নাই, because it's scientifically মানুষের মুখো টেস্ট। So আমরা তো টেস্ট বাট since 1946 ইউকে চেঞ্জ করছি না, এর লাগি আমরা এখন নেপালিজে লইয়া যার গিয়া, you know, Sri Lankan লইয়া যার গি।
We were around 97%. So we accounted for 97% of South Asian food from all through the 90s, all through the early 2000s, and we lost that market share to Indian, Sri Lankan, and Nepalese. And now we're about 85%.
Yeah, might be even less, I don't know. But
around 85%, yeah.
I'm to taste.
And now in terms of a cuisine, so in terms of Indian food, so before we used to say chicken tikka masala is the nation's favorite food, and that Indian food is the most popular, highest, most consumed cuisine in the UK. It's not now. Now it's changed. David
Robin Cook.
Robin said it.
Yeah.
Now, if you approach the best places to get the good data from would be the aggregators like Just Eat, Deliveroo, Uber Eats, because they do the most volume and they have the data that you can kind of glean from. And the most popular cuisine is going to be Italian food, because Italian food encompasses pizza, encompasses pasta, lots of different things. So Italian food, according to them, is the most popular. But then if you ask YouGov did a poll recently. YouGov found that Chinese food is the most popular, but that's based on them asking which is the one you had the most recently.
So do you agree that it's under peak time?
Well, no, because we still contribute. So even though Italian food is the most popular on the platforms, Chinese food was seen as the most recently eaten by most people on a big sample. Indian food still accounts for the biggest amount in terms of like the financial footprint.
So recently,
yeah, because it is per person, the average spend is higher.
I know the program is not how it should be. Recently, I met few professionals.
Yeah,
they ordered their meal whole week in advance.
Yeah,
whole week.
This is more like an office.
No, for their dinner. They're city boys.
Yeah.
So that goes to a website.
London's a different
I don't want to promote that website,
yeah,
but they're doing extremely good. So they will say, Monday I'm going to have Indian, Tuesday this, Wednesday this. They go to a website, tell them, they bring every food, 7 days packed. You just put it in a microwave, you eat.
Yeah.
And it tastes good. I tested it with them, and I was surprised. So our people are not going innovations and not adapting with. People are haven't got time to go and sit down 3 hours.
But it was our people who made the British fall in love with the food. Because if you take an example of if you go to a steakhouse,
those days there was no internet.
If you go to a steakhouse and say give me this, give me that, or if you go to an Italian restaurant and say no, I want it with this, I want it with that, very likely they'll be offended. Maybe even a chance the chef might come out and give you a telling off. But in an Indian restaurant, Bangladeshi restaurant, whatever the customer asked for, we gave it.
Because we call them sir. They don't call them sir.
But because
we are the British colonial service.
Because we're Bangladesh, we're
colonial service টাকার কারণে সাদা বেটা দেখলেও তো তার সার গোয়া লাগে। ওটা আনলে শরীরে খাপা আরম্ভ হই।
আপনি কোন করে দিয়েছেন এটা নাই এখন।
I agree with you. Before there was this head over heels service.
No, we all change now.